My name is Ryan Borgo, and I am portraying the role of Tobias Ragg. I had actually gone in and seen Steven for another production that he's directing recently, and he had contacted me shortly thereafter the audition and said, "Thank you for coming to audition for me, but I'm actually really interested in having you do another show." And I had heard about Split Stage. I had heard about them through doing their production of Rocky Horror, and I had heard about it. But I kind of was like, this is out in, Murraysville. This is a bit of a drive. Why do I want to come here? And, it's really interesting because he said, "I'm looking for a Tobias." And I said, that is one of my dream roles on my list of roles to play. So I said, why not? And it's been amazing, to get the chance to work with Steven. So far, it's been really great because, you walk into a show and you're expecting, okay, we're doing Sweeney Todd. We've got the chair, we've got the revolving doors and everything does the thing and there's bleeding and blood and all that stuff. And it's very interesting because already right off the bat, there's going to be something different. There's a brand new concept to the show. There's a brand new image that we have of this show that is going to be torn apart but rebuilt in a way that is so interesting. And I think that's really cool. I've heard a lot of these great things about this company that, I have not been able to, see their shows, but I've been able to hear a lot through the grapevine about what's happening. And I think that's really great that they're taking these shows and breaking them down and doing a brand new thing with them. And I also think it's really great that Split Stage is working with the Westmoreland County actors. I know that, I'm not from out here, but I think it's really great to really bring those people in that that you might not see on a daily basis, out in the Pittsburgh scene. This is a little bit more out of the way, so why don't we say, let's show what we've got here. I think that's really, really cool. I really think that's cool to bring in all these actors. There is so much that I've loved about this scene. Growing up in it has been really interesting, and getting to see both perspectives of it, a little bit more on the professional side, and growing up in like the educational side. There's PMT and CLO and the theater factor. There's the Greensburg stage right. There's so many things out there that make it so interesting and so viable. And not only that, outside of it, for the professional people, you get to be an adult and you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? Like, can I still continue my education? And there's the Pittsburgh Ballet Theater School. There's the Millennium Dance School. They offer master classes through the Pittsburgh CLO. I think it's just so cool. The education is so wonderful. And not only that, but I've said this to everyone. They said, a lot of my friends have been like, well, I don't know. I think I want to go to New York. I want to go to Chicago. And, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And I sit back and I tell them, well, why don't you consider Pittsburgh? And they're like, Pittsburgh? Like, Pittsburgh, dirty Pittsburgh? And it's like, no. There's so many great theater companies popping up out of nowhere like Split Stage, but on top of that, there's Quantum, there's Bricolage, there's Bare Bones, there's Prime Stage, on top of the already huge companies that are here, and they're doing them at the Gray Box, they're doing them at the Lamp, they're doing them at the Strand and Zelian-Opal, if you're going all the way out there, There's so many brand new spaces and brand new companies coming up that are just, it's so viable and so lush and so vibrant, and why would you not do that? And on top of that, a lot of these companies are also equity too, and they're offering these contracts to not only equity, but non-equity people as well, so everyone's getting at least some sort of work somewhere. It's really great. And on top of that, the community theaters are great too, with Stage 62 and Comptra and all of them. I used to do that all the time when I was growing up, and they're just as amazing. They create these amazing productions that I think everyone should get the chance to see and participate in, especially if you're living here. There's so much opportunity. Steven Santa's always great. I love him dearly. Somebody that I followed for years who was my coach was Dana Michelle Griffith. She's absolutely amazing. What a doll. How sweet. There's also Jason Shavers with the Pittsburgh CLO, who has also been a really great person. But actually, there's the company out in under the production head with Justin Fortunato at oh no. Justin Fortunato actually directed me in my high school productions and was really influential for, to help me get out there. But hey, what he's doing up there in Beaver with Lincoln Park, I've heard is absolutely incredible. And I'm really excited to see more things that he's done. I've auditioned for him. I've been directed by him. I think he's really great. His work is spectacular. And just anybody who's involved with some of the smaller companies. You hear CLO and you hear PMT and you're like, okay, all these big companies, great, big names. But seeing these works that people are doing outside of those big name shows with Prime Stage, with Bare Bones, Patrick Jordan just was on KDKA with Michael Cerveris. Of all people, Michael Cerveris. That's crazy. And I think that it's, you need to pay attention to all these people because there are the big names coming through here. You're going to get some really cool things coming up with all the theater in the fall and in the winter, but to take the time and look at what are these smaller companies doing, not just musicals, but plays, and to really focus on what those actors are doing as well. And I can obviously say I'm very guilty of not being able to research it. and I need to go and research it myself. Hi, I'm Ryan Borgo. I will be portraying Tobias Ragg in Split Stage's production of Sweeney Todd, and Mr. Bones knows me.